Hey, GutFoxx here. I've been saying for a while that trucking is better than elusiveness this year, and today I plan to tell you why. I also talk about how to hit stick and tackle better in the game. I might make a separate video about it, so future me apologize to future you about having to sit through the same content twice. The sponsor today is trucking, because it pays better than eluding the IRS, my current profession. Alright, as tested by you, Cali King 805 on the MUT subreddit, height and weight play into trucking. I noticed height plays into hit stick too. Iloka threw better hit sticks than the other corners I was using, like Leon Hall. I've linked Cali King's, aka Mayamo Bear, on YouTube's channel in the description, and you can see his great testing videos on similar subjects. But anyways, I made every player on defense the same stats, which ended up being overboard since I only used one or two players to test the running backs versus hit stick and conservative tackle. We'll talk about going overboard in a little bit. Here is the Steelers halfbacks that I used when testing. They basically all had 90 speed, except for the ones that were already on the roster, like Le'Veon Bell. I didn't test Le'Veon Bell, but I took out either strength, trucking, elusiveness, and try to isolate one variable, or testing two variables like truck and elusiveness, or truck and strength at the same time. The different running backs I tested had 99 elusiveness, trucking, and strength, 0 elusiveness, 0 truck, 99 strength, and so on. You get the picture. I named them by their 99 attributes so you can see in the video who I'm running with each time, although you won't really see much variety because this is more of a me telling you the stats video than something I could show you like my other defensive testing video. But mostly I tested the truck versus elusiveness on these guys. Since I narrowed out fairly early that strength doesn't play into the running backs at all, and that's supported by Cali King's findings too. So the running backs' base stats all had, agility, speed, excel, carry, jumping, ball carry, vision, stiff arm, spin, juke, all at 90. The other stats at 65. Their traits, they didn't fight for extra yards and never covered the ball. Their height was 5'10", 200. But yeah, so the first test I did on these running backs. Here we go through the corners. Their speed stats and whatnot at 85, but their tackling and hit power are at 65, like I mentioned earlier. Here it is, I'm showing them off. So the first test I ran with these guys was an inside zone test, where I tested first the 99 elusiveness, trucking, and strength. And remember, the speeds are at 90 here, unless I say otherwise. That guy averaged 9.93 yards per carry with those stats on inside zone. Inside zone is OP, as you guys know. I then had a guy at 90 elusiveness, trucking, and strength, and 99 speed. He averaged 9.97 yards, so a little bit better than the perfect guy, but because he had 99 speed, I just wanted to throw that in there just to test speed out for no real reason. All right, the strength plus trucking guy averaged 8.29 yards per carry, so that is significantly worse. The strength and elusiveness guy averaged 9.46, so the strength and elusiveness together seemed to play pretty well there. But then the trucking guy without the strength averaged 9.64, and that kind of threw me off. Because there was a few, I think, outliers in the guys that ended up doing well, although the trucking alone was 0 strength, threw out this whole result. And then the elusiveness was at 8.28, so that it showed that strength and elusiveness worked together, but I didn't really trust this result because a lot of it had to do with players getting through the line untouched, and that was based more on blocking. So that's kind of went overboard, and this was a mistake test to run. I think I wasted a lot of time on this one. So we'll get onto the ones that you're seeing right here, basically stretch runs to the edges. So basically I could test a one-on-one versus the running back and a defensive back like Iloka here, or Hall. See, the blocker goes out to Iloka, but I just got to fix the end getting to the edge too quickly, so you just got to shift the line over a little bit. But anyways, let's get on to the results. First I tested the hit stick on backs, and this is the biggest takeaway for the video. When I hit sticked a 99 elusive back, 0 trucking, 0 strength, I was successful about 72% of my tries, including causing a few fumbles on the elusive guy. When I hit sticked a 99 trucking back, I was successful on only 24% of my tries. So the trucking back was, significantly better when controlled by the CPU than a elusive back, and didn't get taken down nearly as easily on the hit stick. All right, that's the hit stick, the X button on the Xbox One. All right, so what about the regular tackle button? On the Xbox, this is the A, and on the PlayStation, it's the X button. So the elusive back got tackled by the A button 71% of the time. The trucking back got tackled 74% of the time with the A button. Not much difference there. I'm going to call them equal between the two. And then I did awareness test on guys. One guy with 0 awareness, one guy with 99 awareness. And hit them both about 15 times each. And there was no difference in break chance on the two. So there's no, like, you know, the CPU didn't run better with higher awareness there, as I suspected. The only difference I did see, actually, the no awareness guy had 2 fumbles, where the 99 awareness had 0 fumbles. That's kind of a small sample size, so it might be a coincidence. I don't want to cause a conclusion saying that fumbles are caused when you have a lower awareness, because it could just be random chance. Might be something I want to look at in the future too. And then I did the agility test between a player with 99 agility and a player with 0 agility. My results here were inconclusive too. The 99 agility did break slightly more tackles, but not enough for me to call it in its favor that 99 agility breaks tackles more than 0 agility, because agility is more like side-to-side breaks, as you guys know, than shedding these tacklers. Alright, I then took control of the running back to run it directly at the cornerback and see what I could get. I did not hit any buttons except for the left thumbstick, which meant no sprint or jukes on this test. The elusive back broke 9 out of 23 tackles, and the trucking back broke 16 out of 25. So once again, the trucking back beats out elusiveness, this time when it came to the open field against the CPU. So what I learned: strength has no noticeable impact on RB interactions. Hit power determines tackle chance when you're using the hit stick. That is something I didn't mention earlier, but lower your hit stick or your hit power rating, the lower chance you got at making the tackle with the hit stick button. The angle at which you approach and hit the ball carrier at makes a big difference on these tests, as I'm trying to, tackle this trucking back, but he's shedding every single one easily. Well, almost every single one. So, like, basically, I'll get into that in a little bit, the where to hit the ball carrier and the A button. But the hit stick, you want to hit him straight on with. Height and weight matter for trucking backs as well as hit sticks. I found that out in this test, confirming Callie King's findings himself. Elusiveness is when you fail on a juke and you get out of it by kind of eluding the arm tackle almost. Trucking is up on the right thumbstick and tries to bowl guys over, but elusiveness is like shifting out of failed jukes, where you actually are touched by the defender, not clear. But they also change the animations and chances of getting out of a tackle without input for the player. Those 2 ratings do. That's basically what I tested today. But I may have been unfair to elusiveness because I didn't test escaping defenders when I'm juking like I said it actually does, which is what elusiveness is for, of course. I tested how they were solo without any player input on the sticks, basically getting out of tackles from the game engine, not under either player's control. I'm repeating myself here, sorry. And now on to how to hit stick, this part. As a defender, you run up in front of the ball carrier head on. You want to stop moving by releasing the left thumbstick, just for like a split second. And then hold the left trigger and hit stick as close to the runner as possible. So you want to be moving as little as possible when you actually initiate the action. You can still land them when moving. I just found I'm more inaccurate when lining up the hit when I'm running at full speed with the right trigger. I tend to mistime the right stick or the X button. So if you that's the end of the video, but I'm still talking, sorry. We'll just put up some pictures here. But anyways, to conservative tackle, if you're head on, you're golden with the running back. Or if you're on the side of the runner, hitting them perpendicular, like say a running back's trying to outrun the defensive back to the sideline, no matter who that running back is, Bo or whatever, if you can get them in your tackle cone, you'll get them nearly every time if you're hitting them at a 90-degree angle. And as a tip, just kind of afterwards, if you plan on testing anything in the future, either in Madden or anything really, always devise your test first in your brain and write it down what you can do and hope to accomplish with it. It would save me a lot of time. That way you don't have to waste hours upon hours like I did doing this test, trying to feel things out, just giving it a feel test. I actually had this in the queue for months ago, but I wasn't able to focus or find anything I wanted to. But then Callie Kings did trucking tests, and I kind of took the winds out of my sails. I had been scooped, but no fault of Callie Kings, of course, so that's the reason I haven't been testing as much lately like I've for the past few months. It's a grind, but I hope to do some more in the coming weeks, so look out for that. But thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.